So, Mr. President, listen to what I'm saying. I'll get you what you need. I'll help you accomplish the mission that the voters told you. Get these illegal people that are starting, as you said, with the worst first out of this country. That's what we're doing. But 5 at a time ain't going to get us there when there's hundreds of thousands that are committing crime, and there's 1.4 million deportation warrants.
Smash up the likes, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. Welcome to the Chesley Major channel, Chesley Major Media. I'm your host, Chesley Major, and we about to do a real major. Let's get into it. What's going on, family? What's happening? Welcome to Chesley Major Media. Listen, before we get started, do me a solid. Hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. And again, thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for everybody who's joining me today. Today, we're going to be having a major discussion about mass deportation and ICE raids. You got people like this guy, Mario Oliva. Yeah, he stole a purse of Kristi Noem, had a couple grand in it. ICE ran down on him real fast and he's out of here. But it's going on everywhere, all across the United States. Definitely, they've ramped it up in Florida. Operation Tidal Wave is what it's called. And me, myself, I've seen it take place right before my eyes. I was going to the barbershop the other day, and, there's a couple of guys that's hanging outside the barbershop. And then the cops pull up. I thought the cops were going to go and harass the black guy sitting outside the barbershop, but no, they went right over to Julio and Juan, grabbed them up, and now they're headed to ICE detention. But let's hear what Stephen Miller has to say about everything. Check this out.
In other words, the cases that you're referring to are individuals who have already received all of their due process, including a final adjudication of their claims and an order to be removed from the country. In other words, they've been in the system for years. We've been told for years that individuals who have been freed, so remember, the Biden administration freed illegal aliens at the border, and then instead created a system where they're supposed to go through what's called the non-detained docket. That's when your case is heard for relief while you are living free. We've been told for years and years and years, no, it's not catch and release. It's not catch and release. They're going to show up to get their hearings. They're going to show up to ICE. They're going to go through the process, and when they lose, they're going to go home. Well, we did the go home part. They lost the case. It's been fully adjudicated. They have a lawful removal order, and so they've been sent home. That's literally the process the previous guys told us and Congress, that Mayorkas told Congress was going to happen. That when you lose the case, you go home. If people who lose their cases get to stay, that's not due process. That's just the complete suspension of all of our immigration laws and national sovereignty. And of course, by the way, we're going to respect parental rights. When you're deporting an illegal alien and they want to bring their kids with them when they leave, of course we're not going to stand in the way of that. Now, I would say as a separate note, it's absurd as a country that we have a policy of declaring the children of illegal aliens to be automatic citizens. That doesn't even come up in this case because it's not relevant to the point that the mother wanted to bring her children with her. And of course we will honor and respect them.
So what Stephen Miller was talking about is ICE went ahead and put the children on the plane also, but at the request of the mother. But they're putting it out there on the news saying, oh, ICE is deporting children and things of that nature. But that's not the case. They wanted to go, so they granted their wish. But let's get back into it.
Illegal aliens will be given access to exactly what they're entitled to under current laws and court rulings. No more and no less. Obviously, it's this administration's view that illegal aliens should be able to be deported swiftly and quickly, and it should be as simple as, are you lawfully in the United States? No. If you are not, then you should go home. Like in a sane country, that would be the system. If you know that a person trespassed illegally in your property, you send them out of your property that quickly. Now, there are a lot of court rulings and other systems that have been put into place that slow things down, but we're going to move as fast as we possibly can to get illegal aliens out of our country.
Now, I'm no fan of Stephen Miller. I'm no fan of Donald Trump, but I agree. You broke into the country. You sat around on your hands for months, even years, collecting benefits, and never did the right thing as far as your paperwork go and went through the correct processes to become a citizen or get a green card or at least a visa. And now the check has come due. You gotta go. So, hey, it is what it is. Let's get back into it, though.
The flows of illegal immigration that came in the last 4 years, including many from not only Central America, not only Mexico, but all of Latin America, and of course Africa, Asia, Middle East, basically everywhere but Antarctica. This is amazing. If you commit a federal obstruction crime, you will go to jail. There are explicit. It's amazing to me how the left defines democracy as that Congress passes a law and then local officials should religiously violate those laws with no consequences. Congress passed a series of laws over the years making it a crime to harbor, to smuggle, to evade, to obstruct, particularly and specifically in the context of immigration enforcement. So when you have a federal judge who engages in plain, direct, overt, intentional, and willful violation of those federal laws, of course they'll be arrested and of course they belong in jail.
Stephen, you guys ran on targeting violent criminals, worst of the worst. I'm not disputing any of the facts around the cases of these women who were deported and removed with their kids, but given you're looking for more money from Congress, ICE says they need more beds, they need more money. Is it the best use of the administration's resources to going after moms of young kids, basically?
Do you yourself have an opinion on the subject?
I'm more interested in yours.
Well, what percentage of the, let's just pick an even number, say 10 million illegal aliens. Let's say that Biden released, I think it's closer to 20 million. Let's say he released 10 million illegal aliens into the country over the last 4 years. What percentage do you think we should let stay here of those 10 million?
I'm not trying to do a game show.
No, but I'm saying,
I'm just curious if you think that's the best use of your limited dollars.
Is it your view that if a Democrat president releases 10, 15, 20 million illegals into the country, they all then should get to stay forever and for all his life?
Stephen, I don't have a view about what Democratic presidents do. I'm asking what the Republican president worked for and how he wants to
so you don't want to
use
answer the question because you know the answer is obvious. Everyone that Biden let in has to go home. Of course. I mean, it's a crazy thing to even ask. You think we should give administrative amnesty to some subset?
I'm asking how you're prioritizing the work that
here's
your
how we're
administration is
prioritizing it. ICE is going to continue to focus on raids against high-threat criminal aliens. We're going to use the entire force and power of the federal government to get them all home. Many will choose also to leave voluntarily and take advantage of the CBP homeland. But we are not going to ask taxpayers to subsidize the presence of a single illegal alien in this country. Here's another thing. Do you think that we have some sort of magic 8-ball to see which particular illegal aliens who skip their hearings, which particular gotaways are going to go on to commit a rape or murder? How do you explain to a parent in this country when if you chose to release an illegal alien and they committed some heinous crime, why you chose to make that release? From a public safety standpoint alone, you cannot justify setting free a removable and deportable alien. Like in these recent cases, these were all illegal aliens who showed up at an ICE facility for a scheduled appointment. We'd be spending extra resources to set them free. They're already inside of the ICE facility. I mean, think about that.
And I totally agree on this one again with Stephen Miller, because letting these people go are going to cost more money later on down the line. They already came down here to try to get themselves together on some last minute rush job, and now they're being detained. The best bet is don't go down there. If you go down there, you risk the chance of getting kicked out the country. It costs more money to house these people, feed them, to clothe them. This is all on the taxpayer's dime. And then, the question he asks is, should you be kicking out mothers who have children? Listen, some of these mothers who've come over with their children, they're doing illegal business too. They've been caught with fentanyl. They've been caught in the SCX ring. You understand? So, yeah.
People of this country are being told that you cannot have the thing that you voted for, even when the thing that you voted for is required by law. All those individuals by law have no right to be here and must be sent home. None of the people that Biden let in have a legitimate asylum claim, have a legitimate claim to relief, have any right or basis to be inside the United States. And now we see a move by the media to say that some subset of the 10, 15, 20 million illegals that Biden let in, who knowing they're here illegally, choose to stay here, choose to have children, then we should take the view, oh, you beat the system, you trespass in our country, you failed to leave, you failed to comply with our laws, and now you've had a child, and now what, you get amnesty for life? And what we should ask, what, a laid-off worker in Ohio to now pay for welfare for your entire life? We should ask somebody who lost their job under a factory that closed down under Joe Biden to provide you with free education and free health care. You should wait an extra hour or 2 hours when your kid is sick in the emergency room because you have hundreds of illegals getting frontline care at an ER because they don't have health insurance, they don't have a job, they don't have any savings, they're here to live off of us. What, we should ask struggling Americans to pay for all of that? The whole thing is obscene and it's absurd. I can't even imagine how much time we spend debating how much generosity, how many billions of taxpayer dollars, how much amnesty, how many reprieves we should give to people who chose to come here illegally and take from us and our people. The whole conversation is absurd and offensive. So, the single illegal alien family, over the course of its lifetime, may cost U.S. taxpayers over $1 million. So, when you give an illegal immigrant a check for, say, $1,000 or $2,000, whatever it may be, $3,000 to leave the country, you're saving taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars. It also saves money relative to us having to go out and find that illegal alien and physically arrest them and deport them, which of course we will still do. So the plan that President Trump has put into place is very simple. If you choose to stay here unlawfully, you will be fined, and by law, that fine, by the law Congress has passed, is $1,000 each day you stayed past your removal order. That's the law that Congress passed, the law that we're being told we should ignore. That's democracy. Apparently, the media says we should ignore the laws Congress has passed, but Congress is clear on this. You face arrest for illegal work. You face arrest for document theft. You face arrest for failure to register as required by law. You face arrest for evading or obstructing your removal. And you also face deportation at a time and place of our choosing, including the total confiscation and forfeiture of all of your assets and income. Or you can choose to book a free flight and get a check and go home on your own terms, with your possessions, very happily, and live your life in your home country.
And it's just that simple and easy. Catch this flight, or guess what? When we run down on you, it's going to be real rough. You're going to spend some real cold days in ICE detention. We're going to break up the family. Like, Trump is not playing with illegal migrants. Wherever you're from, Caribbean, Africa, wherever you're from, if you're not over here the right way, the bill is due and you gotta pay.
President Trump's first 100 days have undoubtedly been the most monumental and historic of any administration in American history.
The DEA, hands up to the structure, exit the structure with your hands
Oh, you saw them scatter like roaches. ICE hit the scene and they was trying to get up out of there. You might have got away before, but not today, though. No catch and release. Now, if you know you wasn't right and you're in this country illegally, had no business in this club. But let's get back into it.
You see all the people streaming out of the club there. It's a big operation. It included some 300 law enforcement officers from at least 10 federal agencies. In addition to the illegal immigrants, the DEA says more than a dozen active duty U.S. service members were also detained, some of whom were said to be working security. The agency also says the club has been linked to gang members from Tren de Aragua and MS-13. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi posted this on X. This morning, the DEA apprehended over 100 illegal aliens at an underground nightclub frequented by Tren de Aragua and MS-13 terrorists. Cocaine, meth, and pink cocaine seized. 2 people were also arrested on existing warrants. As we approach his 100 days in office, President Trump's directive to make America safe again is achieving results.
All right, so here's the thing, fam. If you know you in this country illegally, and you know your paperwork not right, you should be trying to stay ducked off like duck sauce. Trying to be low, man. Not in the club with pink cocaine, meth, hanging out with SEX workers and females of the night. No. And these people want us to feel sorry for them getting caught up in a pickle like this. Look, man, when black people get caught in a pickle, everybody laughs. Joke's on you, brother. Ha ha ha. Not this time. Let's get back into it.
Speaking of Joe Biden, it was his awful open border policies that recklessly allowed more than 10 million illegal aliens to invade the United States over the past 4 years. Innocent Americans like Laken Riley, Jocelyn Nungray, Rachel Morin, and so many others were viciously murdered at the hands of these illegal aliens as a result of Biden's dereliction of duty. That's why one of President Trump's central campaign promises was to secure the border and end this invasion. In just under 100 days, 99 now to be exact, the president has overwhelmingly delivered on that promise. America's borders are now secure because of President Trump. The president immediately declared a national emergency on the southern border, deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion, and ended reckless catch and release policies. The results have been nothing short of extraordinary. Between President Trump's inauguration and April 1 of this month, only 9 illegal aliens were released into the United States, a staggering 99.99% decrease from the more than 184,000 illegal aliens who were released into the country under Biden during the same period last year. The number of unaccompanied illegal alien children arriving at the border has also hit a record low. Total attempted illegal crossings at the southwest border hit a record low in February, only to fall to another new record low again last month in March. Just listen to these incredible numbers. In March 2024, under Joe Biden, Border Patrol encountered approximately 140,000 illegal aliens at the southwest border. 1 year later, in March 2025, under President Trump, Border Patrol encountered just over 7,000 illegal aliens at the southwest border. That's another 95% decrease from the prior year.
Now, this is what the people asked for. They voted for this. He ran on mass deportation. Even some of their own people voted for Trump. So you can't blame us for just stepping back, looking at the situation, relaxing and letting it take place. We already took our licks. We take licks every day. As a black man, we go out in the streets, we risk our lives just driving down the street. And now that you got a little target on your back and you in the crosshairs of Trump, everybody crying. At the same time, the Democrats are helping these people. They're facilitating all of the wrong things that are going on with the immigration system. The judges are helping these people. So I don't want to hear the crying. We never got that kind of help.
Today at the White House, the Trump administration planted these posters of dozens of people they say are undocumented who have been arrested for violent crimes.
According to ICE, a massive multi-agency operation in Florida led to nearly 800 arrests of undocumented immigrants in just 4 days. Photos of Operation Tidal Wave shared on X show an FDLE officer and state trooper assisting federal agents.
The nature of this administration is good for us. Because of Trump's way, he is an anomaly. There's never been no president quite like Mr. Trump. There's something that he's doing. Trump is destroying every enemy that was an enemy of our rise.
Mr. Trump is an anomaly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's someone that doesn't fit the norm. You expected a man to be like the other presidents. You wanted him to be more presidential. He's so transparent. You wanted him to put on a suit and act dignified. Like the thieves and robbers that dress in suits and tell lies. You wanted him to be like that. He's telling lies, all right. And you're angry because he's your reflection. He's an anomaly. You can't make him what you desire him to be so that you can say, "Ah, that's my president." He wasn't made that way. God has him here. What did you say, Farrakhan? God has him here. Do you think that God is not interested in who is president of the United States of America? Especially when it's out of the time of evil? It's in our time now.
So there it is, fam. I had to let you get the smoke from our good brother, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. He don't tell nothing but the truth. We all know the truth shall set you free. Listen, let's have a talk, fam. This is not our fight. We're just sitting back, watching them go at it with the same people they put in the office. Me, myself, I voted for the couch. I didn't vote for Trump, and I damn sure wasn't going to vote for Kamala Harris. She was going to let this country be overrun by aliens. Remember her and Biden were in the office talking crap about, "Oh, y'all just going to have to learn to get along with these people." And which I never really had a problem getting along with these people. But these people always had a problem getting along with foundational Black Americans. It's always been some kind of vitriol towards us, and I know why. It's because we built this country. This is our country. They want our seat at the table. But guess what? We ain't giving it up so easy. But like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Get down in the comments section. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Stephen Miller, Tom Holman, Pam Bondi Blondie, ramping up these ICE raids all across the United States with the go-ahead from Trump. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I am Chesley Major. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.